Howdy guys, welcome back to Horrible Doodles, and also welcome back to Long Tongue Sally. This is part 3. We've already drawn the head, and then we drew the torso, and now we're gonna draw some legs. And legs they be. I also try to incorporate something else. I mean, legs are kind of boring just on their own, and I want each one of these parts to be interesting in some way. So I throw in a tiny little character down in the bottom corner, and I really like the way he turns out. Once I start inking that in, I'll kind of talk about what I was going for there with that. Oh, and this was kind of special as well. The other day I drew a doodle. I think I called him South Claws because he's a southpaw, because he has 2 left hands. Well, I liked that, thought it was interesting, so I decided to draw this one with 2 right feet. Heck yeah. So anywho, I thought that was kind of funny. Now I've got 2 creatures that are messed up. Anywho, so each one of these panels has had a butterfly in it, and I thought, why not, of course, add the butterfly, but let's add the larval form of that, the caterpillar, if you will. And it's not related to the chompapillar, which I believe I named it. My other doodle, that one had a big ol' eyeball sticking up at the top. This one just has 2 regular eyeballs. In hindsight, I should have made it like the chompapillar. That would have been cool. Bummer. You live and you learn. That could have been really clever. Oh well. Anywho, also each one of these panels has had an eyeball. Now, I forgot to do that on this one when I was originally sketching it out. Didn't even think anything of it. And luckily, before I got too crazy with adding in all the line work, I find a really good spot to throw in that eyeball. So you will see that, I don't think in too long, but anyway, I was pretty happy with it. I was really happy with this little guy. He's cute. I like the way he turned out. And he's hungry. I may go back to that little guy when I do part 4 and add in a tiny little orange orb at the end of his tongue, because that's kind of what's going to be hanging out of the guts of Long Tongue Sally's part 3 portion of the torso. You see those little orbs I kind of stippled in up there? I do end up painting them, or markering them kind of orangish yellow. Oh, here we go. It's eyeball time. When I put that other panel up there, I realized, oh, I incorporated an eye into that one. I need to add another eye into this one, and I actually think this eye turns out better than the previous 2 eyes. But that's just like my opinion, man. I think it's the highlights though that really pulls it together. I think I add that in now. I don't remember. Anywho, I do the same coloring scheme though with them. I kind of want all the eyes to have the same feel to them, so I do that pink and blue combo, that purple with the little ridges. I like it. And when I put all 3 together, it really does tie them together. It's a common element in each one. Here's those 2 right feet. I like the way those turn out too. End up doing some marker dots on these because I wanted them to be red and pink, kind of like my lumber goat guy. And the South Claws dude as well. I just liked the effect, and it made them slightly different than the arms on part 2 of this. I think those arms I just do the blue and the pink, which looks good as well. I just want these to be a little bit different. But I do a lot more red on the background foot because it's in the distance, and I figured why not make it a little bit darker. But there you go. There are those yellowish orangish orbs. I just think it would be cool to have one on the end of that tongue, now that I'm thinking back on it. Like they were falling out and it was just there to collect them and eat them. And that's why all these butterflies are kind of hanging around old Long Tongue Sally, because she's got the best orange orb guts around. And they're hungry. That's ridiculous. But anywho, oh, here we go. Let's add some highlights to this eye. Really pull it together. There we go. Check this guy out. Although I do realize, oh my goodness, those other eyes, they all have eyelashes. How could I forget to do that on the bottom panel? Oh, I don't. I do them. Ha ha ha. No, it was putting those panels up that made me realize I had forgotten them, so I do them here. I make them a lot thicker, add some white highlights, and then go back in with another pen and just make them big, tendrily eyelashes. But anywho, there's the finished, or well, part 3. Thanks for watching.